محمد عدد ما خلق.
Vak şerife getirenlerin ahir ve akıbetleri hayır ola. Hâl-i isbatçı, tafret evladı Resulü Hafizin Efendilerimizin Sayyid Enbiya ve Resulü Fihan Hasirat-ı Ervah şeriflerine Pirimiz Bilal Habeş radıyallahu anh Efendimizin Şeyhimiz Sahibi Hüseyin Şabdülkerim Mektubüser Rabbani Hazretlerinin ve alelhusus bu caminin bahanesi ve bugüne kadar içerisinden gelmiş geçmiş imam mezun kaynılarının ve kahve ehli imanın ervahı için Allah rızası için El Fatiha. Euzubillahimineşşeytanirracim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. İnnallâhe ve melâketehu yusallûne alen-nebi. Ya eyyühellezîne amenû sallu aleyhi ve sellimû teslîmâ. Allahümme salli ala seyyidina Muhammedin ve ala ali seyyidina Muhammed. Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber. Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber. Eşhedü en la ilahe illallah. Eşhedü en la ilahe illallah. Eşhedü enne Muhammeden Resulullah. Eşhedü enne Muhammeden Resulullah. Hayya ale's-salâh. Hayya ale's-salâh. Hayya alel-felâh. Hayya alel-felâh. Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber. La ilahe illallah.
Elhamdülillah. Elhamdülillah.
Elhamdülillahi Rabbil alemin. Ve salatu ve selamu ala Resulullah Muhammedin ve ala alihi ve sahbihi ecmain. Nahmedullah Teala ve nestağfiruhu ve eşhedü en la ilahe illallah vahdehu la şerike leh. Eşhedü enne seyyidina Muhammeden abduhu ve habibuhu ve resuluh sallallahu aleyhi ve ala alihi ve ezvacihi ve sahabi tabi khulafai raşidin mahadin min ba'di ve zimmeti ala tahkik khuzu min alameti khulafai rasul ala tahkik umarul mu'minin Hazreti Ebu Bakr, Umar, Osman ve Ali ve ala bakir sahabe tabi'in ridvanullah teala aleyhim ecmain. Ya eyyuhel mu'minul hazirun ittakullah teala ve innallaha ma'allezine vellezine hum muhsinun. Elhamdülillahi Rabbil alemin. Salatu ve selamu ala eşrafil enbiya ve mursalin seyyidina Mevlana Muhammedin ve ala alihi ve sahbihi ecmain. All praises are due to Allah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Whatever is in the heavens and the earth glorifies Allah, and He is exalted in might, the wise. His is the rulership of the heavens and the earth. He gives life and causes death, and He is all-powerful over all things. He is the first and the last, the manifest and the hidden, and He is of all things knowing. It is He who created the heavens and earth in 6 days and then established Himself over the throne. He knows all that enters the earth and all that emerges from it, and what descends from heaven and what ascends to it. And He is with you wherever you may be, and Allah is the seer of what you do. To Him belongs lordship of the heavens and the earth, and to Allah all things are brought back. He causes night to pass into day, and He causes day to pass into night, and He has full knowledge of the secrets of the hearts. Sadaqallah al-Azim. And may all peace and blessings be upon the chosen prophet, the Imam of the messengers, the lamp of guidance, the beloved of Allah, the secret of the Quran, Sayyidina Muhammad alayhi salatu wassalam. As Maulana Jalaluddin Rumi Qaddasallahu Sir says in his khutbah, may Allah's peace and blessings be upon him and his family, the best of families, and upon his companions, upon Abu Bakr the righteous, who generously supported him with his wealth, upon Umar, distinguisher of truth from error, whose obedience to him became more strong even in terrifying floods of tribulations, upon Usman, possessor of the two lights, who held fast to recitation of the remembrance every morning and every evening, and upon Ali ibn Abi Talib, the smasher of idols and the conqueror of champions. So long as the gazelle cubs graze in the meadows and the darkness is lift up and candles burn, our sincere and humble du'as for them will never end. Ya ayyuhal mu'minun, O believers, Muslims, we must give endless thanks, endless shukr to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we are living through the holy days of His month, Rajab Shahrullah. The alive heart is going to know that these days are not normal. Something special is happening in these days and nights. Just as the snow is melting and the earth is appearing again, we can feel that spring is coming and that the greenery of life is going to appear again. In the same way, Rajab is a messenger to the hearts, showing that life is returning to our heart and to our spirit. The alive heart is going to feel that something is awakening and is going to run to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving that life. One who is saying shahadat and living like a believer, he must run to thank Allah Azza wa Jal for giving him new life in these days. As our Shaykh Sahib al-Saif, Shaykh Abdul Karim al-Kabrisi Rabbani Qaddasallahu Sir is saying, so are we showing that much happiness that we're receiving the month of Rajab? If you do, then you're a winner. If not, cry for yourself. If you're not showing any care, if you're not showing any importance, if your heart is not moving when holy nights and holy months like this is coming, then to know that your faith is dying. That faith is very dim and it's finishing. So during these months are the months that we may generate electricity to our faith and we may move again. We may start moving again during the month of Rajab. As a holy man once said, the month of Rajab is the month of planting the seed. The month of Sha'ban is the month that the seed is growing and start giving the fruit. And the months of Ramadan is when you start collecting the fruit. The good news of Rajab comes to us from the blessed mouth of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. Hazrat Anas ibn Malik, the blessed servant of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, is telling us the Hadith Sharif, which has been recorded by the great Imam al-Bayhaqi, saying, Rajab is a tremendous month in which Allah multiplies the good deeds. So whoever fasts a day from Rajab, it is as if he fasted a year. And whoever fasts 7 days of it, the 7 gates of hell are closed to him. And whoever fasts 8 days from it, the 8 gates of paradise are open to him. And whoever fasts 10 days from it will not ask Allah something except that Allah will grant it. And whoever fasts from it 15 days, a caller will call out from heavens, saying, verily, you have been forgiven whatever is past. So renew your good actions, because indeed, your transgressions, all your mistakes, they have been transformed into good deeds. And whoever does more, Allah gives to him even more. And in Rajab, Allah carried Nuh alayhi salam in the ark, and he fasted and ordered all those with him to do so, and the ark sailed with him for 6 months until the first 10 days of Muharram. And the greatest helper, Ghaus al-Azam, Shaykh Abdul Qadir Gilani Qaddasallahu Sir, is saying, and he's opening the secrets of Rajab for us even more, saying Rajab comes from 3 letters, Ra, Jim and Ba. The Ra is for Rahmat, Allah's mercy. The Jim is for Jud, which is Allah's generosity. and the ba is for bir, which means Allah's goodness. The holy month of Rajab is filled from beginning until end with benefits for the believer from his Lord, mercy without punishment, generosity without withholding, and goodness without harm. Rajab is for sacredness, hurmat. Sha'ban is for service, hizmat. And Ramazan is for blessings, ni'mat. O believers, what can we do except to run, to show thankfulness to our Lord, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? He has given us these days, these nights, these months as a means to give us His mercy. We who are His disobedient, weak creatures filled with mistakes. Still Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is showing us His mercy. We cannot take that mercy of Allah for granted. We cannot just think, I can do whatever I want. Allah is just going to forgive me. This is rebellion. This is the attitude of ignorant, arrogant, disobedient ones. We must be in total humility at the mercy of Allah. Just like Shah Effendi is saying, I only fear Allah, and my fear of Allah, it comes from my love of Allah. The Shariat of love, it is conditioned on fear. Fear of not fulfilling the rights of that love. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, His mercy and love are reaching to us in every moment. Allah Azza wa Jalla's mercy to us is more than that of a mother to the baby. Hazrat Umar Farooq radiallahu an is saying that once some prisoners were brought in front of the Rasulullah alayhi wasallam, and one of them was a lady who was in total panic, looking through the crowds with so much worry. And finally, she found her baby among the prisoners, and she took it in her arms, and she took it to her chest, and she began to feed it. The Holy Prophet ﷺ looked at his Sahabis and said, do you think that this lady would ever throw her baby into the fire? The Sahabi said, Wallahi ya Rasulullah, never. The Holy Prophet ﷺ, the mercy to the universes, Rahmatul lil Alameen, he said, Allah is more merciful to His believing servants than that mother could ever be to her child. Endless shukr to Allah Jalla wa Ala. O believers, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is waiting for you and for me to ask Him for forgiveness so that He can forgive us. Every night He's waiting for us to ask Him. Holy Prophet ﷺ said, Allah descends every night to the lowest heaven when 1/3 of the night remains and says, who will call upon me that I may give answer to him? Who will ask of me that I may give him? Who will seek my forgiveness that I may forgive him? Allah is calling out. Where are we when that call is coming? One time a man walked in front of the Holy Prophet ﷺ in the Masjid al-Nabawi, and he started screaming out of heartache and distress, saying, I have sinned. Disaster to me. I have sinned. Rasulullah ﷺ told the man to sit down and say, Ya Rabbi, your forgiveness is greater than my sins, and I have more hope in your mercy than in my own actions, so please forgive me. Holy Prophet told the man to keep repeating this dua. And then he said to the man, now stand up. Allah has forgiven your sins. Who knows what the man did? But he came in the presence of the beloved of Allah, the Prophet, and he asked Allah for forgiveness, and right away the Lord of the heavens and the earth forgave him. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is calling out to us, O believers, calling out with His love, calling out with His mercy every night. What kind of disobedient ones must we be to not answer His call? The one who rejects that love, he is the worst one. Sahib will say, Shaykh Abdul Karim al-Karbisi Rabbani Qadasullah Sir is teaching us the words that can only be taught by those who love Allah and Allah loves them. He is saying, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created us with His love, and He is saying that He has honored the children of Adam above other creation. He has given very high honor because of that love. If a man is not returning love with love, that one is a kafir. That one is an unbeliever. He can claim, he can say whatever he wants. If the servant is not turning to his Lord saying, you love me and I love you, that one is an unbeliever. That one is a kafir. How are we saying? Everyone is saying, we love Allah. Loving Allah is keeping His orders, obeying Him. Oh, we can do that. We do it. It doesn't happen that way too. They came to the Prophet and they said, we love Allah and we follow the orders, so we don't have to follow you. And the ayat came saying, say to them, if they are sincerely loving Allah, they must love and obey you for Allah to love them. So there's a condition that Allah put there. So man must love and obey the Holy Prophet ﷺ for Allah to love that one back. Oh, we love the Prophet. No, you don't. No, we don't. We just say the word. Do we know how he lived? From where are you learning? From your ego. So man must have an imam to follow. Following imam is not like going to a masjid. So many imams recite Fatiha and Ikhlas and become an imam. Yes, billions of people outside also know how to recite Fatiha and Ikhlas. When they come to the masjid, they can be imams too. He's not talking to you about that kind of imams. Imam that you have to choose and you have to follow in dunya and akhirat. The imam that's going to lead you from this dunya to your destination, where you came from. That's the imam that you are looking for. You are looking for. The Muslims of today, they don't want to hear these words. They don't want to understand that loving Allah means loving whom He loves, obeying and following that one, and leaving whom He leaves. They don't want to understand that the reality of kufr, of unbelief, is not returning the love of Allah. The disease of 21st century Muslims is to say, Allah loves me no matter what. I don't pray, I don't fast, I don't give zakat, I don't look out for the rights of others, I don't try to step on my ego, I don't follow Prophet, I don't follow Hadith, I don't follow Sahabis, I don't follow Tabi'in, I don't follow Mazhab, I don't follow Tariqat, I don't believe in awliya, I don't look like a Muslim, I don't act like a Muslim, I don't follow a single order of Allah, but still Allah loves me. This is the trap of shaitan. And millions, they caught up with this trap. Taking from it this kind of belief, not from the Prophet, but from other religions. The love of Allah made the Holy Prophet leave his beloved home of Mecca and move to Medina. The love of Allah made his feet to swell as he stood all night in prayer. The love of Allah made the Holy Prophet ﷺ and his Sahabis to tie stones to their stomachs from hunger. The love of Allah brought the tears from the eyes of Siddiq al-Akbar while the snake bit his feet in the cave as he protected the Holy Prophet. The love of Allah led Shah-e-Merdan Hazrat Ali to sleep in the bed of Rasulullah while the assassins drew their blades. The love of Allah made Sayyidina Bilal made zikr while the stone was placed on his chest to kill him. The love of Allah made Hazrat Salman al-Farisi to wander from Persia to Syria to Medina looking for the chosen one. The love of Allah made Hazrat Uwais al-Qarani knock out his teeth in passion for his messenger. The love of Allah made Hazrat Hussein sacrifice his head and his family in Karbala. The love of Allah made Ibrahim ibn Adam abandon the palaces of Balkh. The love of Allah made Yunus Emre to wander with his heart on fire. The love made Maulana throw his books in the river. The love of Allah kept Sultan Mehmet Fatih in sajda all night, and that love is what opened Istanbul. The love of Allah made Imam Rabbani sit in the dungeons of the kings for speaking the truth. The love of Allah decorated the blood of the Shuhada Chanakkala as it became one with the earth. The love of Allah echoed in Shaykh Maulana's voice as he called all people from dunya to Mawla. The love of Allah filled every cell of Sahibul Saif, Shaykh Abdul Karim al-Kabirisi Rabbani, as he went through torture, through heartbreak, through betrayal, through every human suffering to clean the Ummati Muhammad. This is the real love of Allah. Those are our role models. That love of Allah turns the servant into the Sultan. That love of Allah makes a man to become Hazrati Insan. Our Shaykh, he is teaching that love. We will sacrifice ourselves for one taste of that love. O believers, this is Rajab Shahrullah. Shaykh Maulana is saying, this month is Rajab, the month of Allah. It is a magnificent month. It is carrying the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Rajab Shahrullah. And that is why, Ya ayyuhal muslimun, wa ayyuhal mukhlisun. Be careful. Praise and glorify Allah this month. This is the month for Allah. Shahrullah. O believers, return Allah's love. Love whom He loves. Leave those whom He leaves. Run after the hadith Qudsi when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, whoever has enmity, whoever has hatred or make enemies with a friend of mine, I will declare war upon him. My servant does not draw near to me with anything more beloved to me than the religious duties that I've ordered upon him, and my servant continues to draw near to me with the supererogatory work, the nafila ibadat, such that I love him more. And when I love him, I am his hearing with which he hears, his seeing with which he sees, his hand with which he strikes, and his leg with which he walks. Were he to ask of me, I would surely give him, and were he to ask me for refuge, I would surely grant him that. Ya Rabbi, in this month of Rajab, for the sake of all those whom you love, we are asking you to count us as those who are trying to return your love. We are asking for your forgiveness and your mercy. Keep us with the ones that you love. Keep us with those ones that you have made to become their hearing, that they have become their sight, they have become their hand, you have become their leg. Keep us with those ones that when we see them, we only remember you. Forgive us, forgive all those who have passed, all those who are coming. Forgive us, Ya Rabbi, and help the Ummati Muhammad. For the sake of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. Astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah lazim, allazi la ilaha illa huwa al-hayyul qayyum wa atubu ilayh. La ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika la lahul mulku wal hamdu shay'in qadir. La ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahul mulku wal hamdu shay'in qadir. La ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahul mulku wal hamdu shay'in qadir. La ilaha illa anta subhanaka kuntu minaz zalimin. La ilaha illa anta subhanaka kuntu minaz zalimin. La ilaha illa anta subhanaka kuntu minaz zalimin. Subhan Qudusun Rabbana Rabbul Malaikata Warruh. Subhan Qudusun Rabbana Rabbul Malaikata Warruh. Subhan Qudusun Rabbana Rabbul Malaikata. Inna dina inda Allah al-Islam. Qam salah. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad.
Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber. Eşhedü en la ilahe illallah ve la ilahe illallah. Eşhedü enne Muhammeden Resulullah, eşhedü enne Muhammeden Resulullah. Hayya alel-selah, hayya alel-selah, hayya alel-felah, hayya alel-felah. قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
سيدنا مولانا محمد.